You know what? For the heck of it, I want to do another interview. Let's do Chris Paul. We cool with Chris Paul? We like Chris Paul around here, right? We like Chris Paul around here. All right. Let's dive straight into this. Big shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this video. Let's listen to what Chris Paul has to say. We'll go over it, and then I'll take a little bit of time, talk about BetUS really quick, and then I'll take a look at the chat here, because I'm sure you guys are gonna have some takes on this, because I heard from the grapevine that he actually praised the crap out of my third favorite player on the team thus far, Castle. So let's listen. Okay, this is way too fast. I'll do normal speed.
Top runs things so far.
Great. Yeah.
No different.
They're so tired.
I done played for a lot of coaches that sort of came from sort of Pop's tree.
Right.
Yeah, I played for Monty Williams. I don't know. Yeah, I done played for a number of coaches. Yeah.
You played for Steve Kerr. I wonder how much he likes Steve Kerr.
I know a lot of the talk about how much these young guys can learn. On the other side of the coin so far in these first couple of weeks, what would you say you learned?
Jason and someone else. I mentioned it. Jason and Brad. I'll answer you in after this segment.
I don't know. I think the game is always forever changing. I think that's what makes basketball so appealing. That's why the fandom is the way it is. So the guys that come in the league year in and year after, they already learning new moves. They know different, quicker, faster ways to get to spots.
Bye, kid.
You know, and so it's always fun to collaborate with that, but also learn from it.
Pop tells you to be Chris Paul and he tells some of the younger guys to be confident, be themselves. What does that do for a young player, and what does it do for you?
I don't know, man. It's basketball, you know what I mean? And trust me, I respect everything, and I know you got to ask the questions, but it ain't even as deep as I know people make it out to be. You know, like, it's the same game, too.
Yeah, and Pop has always just been like that, like be yourself, and then he molds the team. That's why, honestly, like people, I don't like the narrativizing with Pop, and I know sometimes it sounds like I'm just like praising him no matter what, and I'm not very critical. I'll be honest with you guys, there's just not much for me to criticize when it comes to Pop. I mean, there's been times where I said, hey, this lineup isn't the best or whatnot, but it's always for a reason, you know, and it's always beneficial in some capacity with some of the decisions he makes. Like, I think the only thing I harp on with Pop is sometimes he overcoaches in certain moments. Like, obviously we can go back to 2013 when he did it. That was the most infamous, you know, moment, taking Duncan out of the game. It was like, what are you doing? So I think he just overcoached there. But for the most part, man, the reason why I don't really harp on his age or harp on him in general in a negative sense is because this type of stuff where he sits back and he's like, I'm gonna allow the players do what they do, and then I'll adjust my coaching tailored to the players that we have, right? It's not like there's certain fundamental things that he always hits on, right? Passing the ball, teamwork, togetherness, going out to dinner, you know, all this stuff is fundamental. It's the basis of all of his programs. But at the end of the day, as far as how they're going to play and what they're going to do is almost solely based on the guys that he has on the team, right? He's not going to force Chris Paul to be in a position that he's not comfortable with, and you know, vice versa for anybody, right? Like he's not going to do that for anybody. So I just think that that's why he's been able to adjust over the decades, because he looks at the team that he has and he shapes the program around that while still having the basics of basketball, you know, and making sure you always hit those fundamentals no matter what. And then, you know, there's flexibility outside of that. I honestly think Manu helped him a lot with this. I bet you Popovich might have been on the direction of being that type of coach, where he's a little too, I know people say dictator-ish, but you know, but yeah. So I think Manu actually helped him a lot with that. All right, enough yapping. Sorry.
Put the ball in the hoop. So when you get out on the court, you know, I think Harrison said it on media day. Guys ain't looking for a teacher or somebody. They got coaches, you know what I mean? So they look to us to be able to hoop too. So I think that's the most important thing.
You mentioned that the game is ever changing. You've been in the league a long time. What's it like, or what's it been like to sort of watch the evolution of these big guys? Like, you know, you got guys like Vic that can shoot it, put it on the floor now.
Yeah, it's wild. You know what I mean? To see the talent, you know, to see especially Vic with his ball handling. I mean, he hit a running one-legged three today, and I was looking, and I just remember looking up saying, "Oh shit!" Like that was a tough shot, you know. But you see the guys working day in and day out, and it's fun. The player development.
Man, try that in the gym, an open gym by yourself. Man, it'll take forever to hit that. That stuff's difficult.
That has grown in the league is always fun to see people grow.
What's your first impression of what you've seen from Keldon Johnson, who came to camp a lot lighter and in better shape?
Yeah, I don't know all that. I know this Keldon, and so KJ came in. He's been playing well.
Okay, before we let me dive into this really quick, okay? Because I do want to listen to what he has to say about Keldon Johnson. He has not talked about Castle yet, so I'm wondering if that's like tail end when he mentions Castle, because apparently he stumbles over his words. I'm not 100% sure. But with that being said, speaking of Castle, I did want to look at this. So BetUS. For Stephon Castle, his odds, they got him at a plus 900. What the heck? Get out of here. Get out of here. All right, Stephon Castle. I am actually bought in on the idea of him winning Rookie of the Year. I'm actually genuinely bought in on it. So I'm going to roll with it. I know they also have him as and actually, funny enough, I did not realize this till now. This might have changed. He has the same amount of odds as Sar to win it. But yeah, I think that he'll win it. I think that he'll be a better player. I think in the long run, maybe Sar will be, but I think he'll be a better player than Sar this upcoming season. It's not like this draft was that crazy, right? I'm gonna roll with Stephon Castle. 15. I'm with it. 15, give you 135. I'm cool with it. Let me go ahead and confirm it, and we're good to go. All right, but anyways, if you guys are interested in BetUS, use YouTube 150 as the promo code. You'll receive 150% bonus on your first deposit, 125% bonus on your next two deposits, up to $2,000. So once again, use promo code YouTube 150 and make that happen. All right, let's continue this. All right, Keldon Johnson.
On leadership, vocal, but more so backing it up with his play.
Just curious your impressions of Steph.
Sebastian, stop. Clan, I've been missing your lives. I missed you. I missed you, Sebastian. I missed you, Sebastian.
Castle, the first couple of days of practice, how's the rookie?
Man, Steph is so good. You can see that. You can always tell some players when they come in the league how they will.
Oh gosh, this is it. Here's the praise. All right, so everyone's saying Steph, so I need to just say Steph Castle. I need to stop saying Stephon Castle. Stephon Castle.
Just curious your impressions of Steph Castle the first couple of days of practice. How's the rookie?
Man, Steph is so good. You can see that. You can always tell some players when they come in the league how they were coached in college. You know, and I'm grateful for my late coach, Skip Prosser, because the way I was coached in college prepared me for the NBA, and you can tell Steph is well coached, but the confidence level that he has is so good to see too. And you only get that type of confidence from putting in the work, and that's what he does.
He seems to play with this really special pace that's unique to him. Like, is that
the fact that Chris Paul right out the gate said he's so good, like this is a big deal, y'all. This is a big deal.
Confidence. Yeah. It's confidence, and like I said, you get that confidence when you put the work in. So, I mean, I was nice when I came in as a rookie, but he's strong as hell too. So it's cool to see and good for us.
Guys, we've heard nothing but good things. We've heard nothing but good things. Like, obviously, no one's going to cut, because some people will say, well, Clint, obviously, they're not going to go in front of the camera and say that he's trash or he's bad or he's this. But you know what? When a player truly is like a work in progress, they will come out and say, yeah, he's really, he's really good and he's working really hard. We were working on some things today and I think he's going to be really good in the future. Like that's how they speak about it, like in a positive tone, positive outlook, but kind of the idea that he has a lot to work on. Obviously, Castle's still going to have things to work on, but the way that these players have talked about him thus far, he is legit. I think he's going to be Rookie of the Year this season. He's legit. He's far ahead, and I think that's why the Spurs grabbed him, right? He's a guy that you can fit at the 1, 2, or 3, could potentially end up being your future point guard, but if not, he still has a place on the team because of his high basketball IQ, because of his defense, because he can be a connector. Like, there's so many things to his game. There's so many layers. But the way that Chris Paul just straight up right out the gate said, dude, he's so good. That's actually a big deal. I'm sorry. That's a big deal. You can say I'm overblowing it. I don't think I am.
Any memories of Dikembe?
Yeah, man, Dikembe was special. Not only to the league, but to his country, to everybody. He just had a unique personality, and I got a chance to play against him, which is wild. I also got a chance.
He did?
Chance to play in the first NBA game in Africa, Johannesburg. And I remember him being such a big part of that. And he was just always charismatic. Obviously funny with his no, not my house. I got a funny clip on my phone of my daughter doing it when she was a baby. So he's gonna be missed by a lot of people.
Thanks, Chris.
No problem.
That was cool. I actually really like that. That was dope. Hope so, because that means we're cooking. We are so cooking. We are so cooking. Yeah, dude, I'm hyped. I'm so hyped. All right, we got other stuff to get to, but this was really good. This is a really good interview. Well, let me see. Is there anything here? Not a lot of people in the chat were even talking about Chris Paul, honestly, which is fine. Even Honcho here says, Clan, not Spurs related, but what's your thoughts on Caitlin Clark winning Rookie of the Year? I think she can be the Luka of the WNBA. I think she's like awesome, dude. She's a lot of fun to watch. And they were going at her neck this season too. They were pretty rough on her. Yeah. I don't know. Are there any Steph Castle videos? Yes. Did we go over it already? We'll see. All right, let's move on. Shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this segment.